Hey guys, Ben Ramirez here. I'm super excited to review this new product. As soon as I saw it, I figured out I needed to have it for one very interesting thing, which I'll talk about a little bit later, and it'll probably be the primary thing I'm going to focus on because it's super exciting to me that this came out. And yeah, so let's just dig in. So what we have here is the new DYS Elf 83, I think is what they're calling it. And this is a ready to fly model, so you get it like this. It comes with everything you need pretty much to fly the quadcopter. The only thing that you have to add, obviously, is some sort of way to monitor it. And by that I mean, either FPV goggles or a monitor or something so you can see what it's doing in first person view. But if you just want to fly it around, you don't even need to do that. So I have already opened this up, so I'm going to open it up pretty quickly, just show you the contents of what comes in the package. It is kind of an amazing little piece of technology that you get here. First of all, you get a manual. It's a pretty straightforward manual. It talks to you about a lot of the details of the quadcopter, all of that stuff, how it's all set up, about the controller, the frequency channels. I'll put that up for a second so you can see what they're all at, and yeah, just information about general stuff, and it comes in English and Chinese. That's all. And then in the box you get this, and it's pretty well packed. Actually, really appreciated that. And this is awesome. You get everything you need, like I said, to get flying. And so first of all, you have here some extra propellers. Just another set. 4 plus the 4 that come with the quad. You get, if I can take it out, a little adapter if you're in Europe. So you can use this with the plug that comes with the 2 and 3S balanced battery charger, and it's one of those cheapo ones. It charges at 1.8 amps, which is a little bit fast for lower milliampere hour NC rating batteries, but it should do the trick. It charges I think the battery fully in about half an hour, so that's not bad at all. The battery it comes with is a 600 milliampere hour LiPo with a 25C discharge rate. Not the fastest discharge rate, but I think from what I've been reading, these are pretty good for what they are for the quad. Yeah, one thing to note is it comes with this Jst Connector. It's not one of the traditional. I think it's a micro Jst Connector, technically, 2mm pitch, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of rare. I'm pretty positive I haven't seen very many batteries that have this connector. So either what you're going to have to do is buy some of these plugs and make a little, adapter to use your JST batteries, or buy more of these. And I've also actually read though, and seen some people comment that you can actually, if you're very careful, plug in just normal JST, the red connector type batteries into the quad and not damage it. But again, you have to be extra careful about polarity, because that does matter and you don't want to fry your quad. So moving on to the interesting stuff. First you get the quad, which is amazing. This thing is pretty light. I'll put the weight in the description. It's not as light as the Jst Aurora 68 or obviously nowhere near as light as a tiny Whoop, but I believe the way that it's constructed and feeling it, it's pretty solid. But it feels very professional. It feels way more professional than some of the Jst models, and I love those models, so I'm not trying to talk badly about them, but I think this just feels really well done. like this is a real, you know, contender to get people started with brushed quads. It feels solid, like I said. It's not too heavy. It looks really awesome. You know, obviously, one complaint would be that you can't adjust the camera angle here, so you're not gonna be able to fly it as fast as you might want to, because if you're pointing down, you know, you're gonna have to slow down just to look up and see what's going on. But everything about this feels great. I'll do a flight with it and show you some of the DVR footage from that after this overview. But so you get the quad, you get the battery, fits in down there. You have a bind button up here, and no, I'm sorry. Yeah, bind button up here, and then a camera frequency button there, and you press it to change the channels, and to change the frequency you longer press it. It does not have different output power. When this was first announced, they talked about it being 25, 50, 100, and 200 milliwatts. I believe it's just 25 milliwatts, and it's limited to that, unfortunately. And I don't know if there's a way to bridge any of the resistors or anything to get it to output more power, but for the size of this quad, you're probably not going to want to fly it too far away because you're going to lose it. It's pretty tiny. So I got the white one because I think it looks really awesome this way, and it looks clean, it looks safe. I feel like if I fly this somewhere, I'm not going to get in trouble. It's not going to look like some sort of spy device compared to, say, my Ishin Aurora 68, which looks kind of homemade in a lot of ways, and I think people get more wary when they see something like that because they're like, what are you doing? Who are you? Whereas this, if they see it, you're flying it in the park or something, and you're not technically supposed to fly in New York parks as it is, you know, you're probably not going to get as much scrutiny with something like this compared to others. So I'm excited about that. And then next, and this is really what drove me to buy this quadcopter, is the transmitter. So a lot of these quads come with transmitters. Usually when you get a ready-to-fly model, what a lot of these you know, companies have been doing is have been tying it to the very inexpensive and, you know, all around decent transmitter, which is the FRSKY FSI6, and that's fine. FRSKY's not bad, but it's kind of it's a toy. It's a toy transmitter. This is still a toy transmitter, but it runs Open-TX, a very light version of Open-TX, but it runs Open-TX, and so it also uses the FRSKY protocol, FRSKY, and to me that's amazing because that protocol is probably the most stable in terms of transmission that I've ever tested, and I love it. So when I saw that this was kind of the first inexpensive game controller size type of transmitter, oh my god, was I so excited to get it. And I haven't, again, had a chance to test it all out. I'll go ahead and put some thoughts at the end. Once I have a chance to do that, I'm going to test pairing it with other quadcopters that are not this one and all that. But for now, I'm excited about it. I'll do the flight and come back and tell you my thoughts.